today, Ron Nicoletti, along with Katie Stazak, and we actually could say good afternoon because this show is starting 12:05. We have a new 1 p.m. post. We got a nice carryover today in the Rainbow Six, which starts in race number 5. We got a 10-race card, so you see it right there, $51,000 plus in that Rainbow 5. Rainbow 6, races 5 through 10, a 20-cent wager. We also got a nice carryover in the Super High 5, which is on the last race each and every day, $12,517. And every time there's $12,000 in this thing, Katie, or some kind of carryover, they bet it. It pays nice, too.
That's a fun bet. They always bet it. We see some pretty high payoffs, so that should be one to watch today.
You know, I'm sorry, Katie. We got a 6-day week this week. We're going to be running on Monday this week. So I guess it's called President's Day?
It is President's Day.
There you see it, right there.
There you see it. Monday, February 16th. We race 12:30 p.m. on Saturday, Sunday, but we get back to the 1 o'clock p.m. post time for Monday. Should be a fun day of racing.
Yeah, we'll have, the weather's anything like today. It's fantastic out. A little cool for some of us down here, but it's really a nice day. We're going to have a fast-made track, firm turf course. We've got 10 races. Let's get right to the action. Our first race on Wednesday afternoon, 6 furlongs, claim is 4 and up, $6,250. Jockey change on number 3. Make the rider Diego Gomez, and Luca Panici, something happened this morning, got a little hurt this morning, so he will not be on his horses today. So Luca Panici will not be riding this afternoon. We'll give you those jockey changes that we have as we progress here, but Larry Comas, our track announcer, will be on when we're done and give you all the changes you need to have a fun day here. I went with the number 4 in here. Time's concerned. This one dropped to the $6,250 level. Chase the pace, faded when facing $8,000 types last time out. This horse, a hard-knocking 10-year-old, a 4-time winner last year, total turnaround last year at Gulfstream Park West. He wasn't doing that well, and he just exploded. I like the connections with Peter Walder. Did not have the horse you have on top of my ticket, and I've been looking down, currently up there at even money, and I missed him. Number 5, I'm talking about Dreaming of Joey.
Yeah, I saw your picks up there, and I was very surprised not to see him. He's currently even money. There's not a lot of pace in here, and I think they're going to have him to catch in this race. He's dropping down to a more appropriate level after trying a starter allowance on February 1st and facing the likes of the stakes-winning Lover Bill and Alico Castle, who I think are both very top horses at that starter allowance level. 2 back, he ran for this tag and scored an easy wire-to-wire win. Took it by 4.5 lengths and earned an 83 buyer that just kind of jumps off the page at you in this field. I had to put him on the top of my ticket.
Yeah, I also used the number 2 in here. Congrats, Rob. Stretching out today to 3/4 of a mile after a ground-saving trip. Produced a 4th-place finisher against Similar. That was going 5.5 furlongs. Red-hot trainer Jorge Navarro with Edgar Zayas today. As I mentioned today, it should be a good pace scenario, but I think this horse can sit right off the pace and get it done. But I have to go back and look at that number 5. I've seen everybody pick them but me. But sometimes you miss them like that. And sometimes, who knows? We'll see what happens.
Maybe you're right.
Maybe I'm right. I don't know.
Come on, let's be confident here. But I like him a lot.
Race number 2, 6 furlongs, maiden claimants, fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up, $25,000. Jockey on the number 2 horse in here is Edgar Zayas. Scratch the number 3, Miss Major. Hey, we're alike in here. We both went with the number 7. She's a firecracker. Tell me why.
I think you have to try to beat the favorite in here with this one. She's a firecracker. She's taken the biggest drop of her 7-race career after making her last 4 starts in maiden special weight company, where she's actually hit the board a couple of times in her last 3 starts. So this will be her dirt debut. That's probably why she is not the favorite for trainer Siditard. But I just really like the way she's been training up to the start. They've given her plenty of time to adjust to the track. She's been training down here since late December, and she's put in a couple of bullet works over the surface, so I think she's going to take to it well.
Well, we both have the number 1 horse on our ticket, and that's Oxidata. This one is dropping, returning to the main track after rallying late to finish 5th. That was against considerably tougher competition, going 7.5 furlongs on the turf. Julien Leparoux will be in the saddle today. Also closed it out with the number 2, Patrina's Love. Did not use the 4 horse that you have on your ticket, and that's Candy Portina.
Yeah, she's going to get her tag cut in half and gets back on dirt in her second start for trainer Jose Garofalo, and second start in more than a 2-month layoff. I think that makes the difference for her today.
Well, let's go to our third race of the afternoon, and this one is a 1-mile claimer, fillies and mares. 4-year-olds and upward. Non-winners of 2 races in life, $6,250. Race 3 is all clear, no scratches or jockey changes to report as of yet. I went with the number 8 in here, Mimi's Dream, stretching out to a mile today. Broke from post 10 in its last race, rallied to finish third, beating 3/4 a length. That was against 2 lifetime runners going 5.5 furlongs. The trainer's Peter Walder. He's really good with horses stretching out in distance, 25%. He's got apprentice Tyler Gaffleone. Had a couple of wins the other day, so Tyler Gaffleone riding in good form currently, and I put that one on top of my team. We actually got our exacta flip-flop. You went with the 4 Arabian Dream.
I think Luis Saez is going to have a big day today because I have him on top in the first 3 races on the card. There's a lot to like about this one, Arabian Dream. She dropped down to this level last time out after running her last 4 for tags of $20,000 or more. Ended up finishing third, beaten 2 lengths after dueling on the lead and fading. I do not see a lot of speed in this race either, so I think she can get a great trip with Luis in the irons.
Well, you know, number 9, Centella, is hoping to run straight this time out. Last time took a turn, wanted to go back home, and everything slashed into the gate and everything like that. But that horse was taking money before that. I hope they have this horse straightened out and can run well in there. Katie used the number 6 horse in there, Little Zoe, for her 3rd pick in the 3rd race. Let's go to the 4th race. This one is 6 furlongs. Claimers 4-year-olds and up, $12,500. As we mentioned earlier, Luca Panici will not be riding today, so the jockey on the number 2 is Jose Caraballo on number 2 horse today. We both have the number 5, Noack. Got to have that one on top of the ticket, I would believe.
I think he's a standout in here, absolutely. He's looking for his 3rd win in a row, followed up a half-length win at the 62.50 level with a 10 3/4 length romp at the $8,000 level on January 16th. He's going to be taking another small step up in class, but I don't think this should be a problem for him if he runs anything like he did last time out. Jorge Navarro, we're talking about him, 31% with horses that won their last start. Edgar Zayas is going to be aboard this one for him as well, and they win at a 53% clip together.
Well, you got off the Luis Saez bandwagon. In this one, you got him in 3rd. I got him in 2nd. We're talking about the 4 right on course, stepping up to the $12,500 level after leading every step of the way to defeat $6,250 claimers, going 5.5 furlongs. Jamie Ness, you got to watch everything he sends to the post, and as we mentioned, Luis Saez going for 2 in a row there. I used the 2 Ravello's Boy. We'll try this caliber of competition today. Who else you like in there besides you went with the 3, right?
Yeah, Capital City, 3rd behind Lover Bill and Alico Castle in a starter allowance last time out. Pressed the pace and just couldn't stay with Lover Bill, who again I think is a very nice horse and a stakes winner. He should really appreciate the class relief today, and he's been running for a bit more money, ran in the Claiming Crown Express, and I think he's going to be right up there with Paco Lopez in the saddle. I think there's quite a bit of pace in here that's going to set up for No Act, but we'll see if this one can hang on and get up for a piece of it as well. Well,
we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll let you know how Katie and I see today's Rainbow Six, which starts in race number 5.
Gulfstream Park is one of Florida's top entertainment destinations, mixing restaurants, clubs, a casino, and international boutique shops with world-class racing. In a lavish, sun-drenched setting with the feel of a Mediterranean village, Gulfstream is a leading year-round entertainment and tourist destination and the home of luxury residences in 2014. The Stronach family, owners of Gulfstream Park, is committed to the sport of thoroughbred racing and the grace, spirit, and generosity of the horse.
The Rainbow Six is back, and it's better than ever. Now with a 20-cent base wager, it will expand the market for the popular bet. And in addition to doubling the base wager, the percentage return for the winners on the day the jackpot isn't hit increases to 70%, with 30% going to the carryover pool for the next program. Gulfstream Park, you got to be here each and every day. Welcome back. Race number 5 is a 5-furlong turf starter, optional claimer, fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up, $25,000. 2 scratches to report in here. Number 2, Fantastic Eyes, and number 3, Malibu Moon. And I know the horse you have on top, the number 11, you wanted to show a video about this horse.
Yeah, let's take a look at Akina from last time out. This is her first start since September, and it really impressed me. This is a $20,000 claimer from January 22nd. She's going to press the pace gear while 3 wide pretty much throughout. Again, she's coming off a layoff, so you'd expect her to get tired, but she keeps coming. coming. And you know what? If this race was a step longer, she would have gotten the win. She keeps coming. She's only going to miss by a nose. Really, you could argue that she got there, but you know, the photo saw it the other way, but I really loved that effort. Trainer Jane Sibeli is so great at spotting these horses where they can be competitive. And, you know, second start off the layoff, she jumps back up to a spot that she's competed at well before, and with Javier Castellano in the irons, you know she's going to get a great ride. And I think at 8-1, she should be on your Rainbow Six ticket to open it. There is so much speed in this race. It screams speed, and this is a mare that has some speed but doesn't need the lead. I think she can sit right off the pace, get the jump, and can open the Rainbow Six at a price.
You mentioned Jane Sibeli. The barn has been on fire, but I love a horse in here, and that's the number 6, Juju Eyeballs. This runs exceptionally well fresh. Returned from a lengthy layoff in July and actually won an overnight stake up at Monmouth Park. Now making her first start since dueling for the lead and fading as the odds-on choice. That's in the 4th Monmouth Stakes. It was back on August 10th. The fact that this horse runs well fresh, absolutely classes up perfectly in his spot. Number 6, Juju Eyeballs on top of my ticket, but I'm not leaving your 11 horse off. This is no single by any stretch of the imagination. And we both used the 5, Wellington's Appeal, who tried to make it 2 in a row. This horse led virtually every step of the way to defeat the $62,500 optional claimers at the distance. Talking about hot barns like Jane Sibeli, is there anybody hotter than Jorge Navarro? He's got Eduardo Nunez named on it. Eduardo Nunez, you know, a great rider on the front end with speed-type horses and everything like that. So you're right about the speed in there. I'm just going with the Juju Eyeballs, even though it hasn't run since August.
A lot to like about Juju Eyeballs. My only concern was the layoff. Only 2 posted workouts since that last start.
Yeah, so that doesn't bother me. Let's go to the 6th race this afternoon. And this kicks off the pick 5 when we got the 10-race card. We got the last 5 races of the card, only a 50-cent wager, fun bet, and it's one of the most popular bets here at the racetrack because you get, you know, that 50-cent wager allows you to add more horses than you normally would if it's a $2 bet or anything like that. This is a 6th race. 1 mile, maiden claimer, 4-year-olds and up, $12,500. Jockey on the 2, Jose Caraballo. Note that the number 6 horse in here will race with blinkers off. We both went with 2, not welcome. Pray tell why.
Well, he's a very lightly raced horse, only 3 starts under his belt as a 5-year-old, but he has improved with every start and with every one of those subsequent drops in class, especially last time out when he dropped to this level and added blinkers. I think that helped a lot. Posted the co-highest last out buyer in this field, dueled on the lead with a 1-2 favorite for the entire mile of his last start on December 16th. Just got tired at the end, began to drift out a little bit, but I was impressed with the way he was able to stay with the other horse as such a heavy favorite the entire way around. A lot of horses would have given in. He just kept coming, only beaten 3/4 of a length and 9 3/4 lengths ahead of the 3rd place finisher.
And he's training pretty nicely for the return to action. We both have the 4 Sangha in 2nd. This one is stretching out to a mile. Returned from a 3-month layoff to finish a late closing 3rd against Similar, going 3/4 of a mile. The trainer is Wesley Ward. He's pretty good with horses stretching out in distance. He's about 30%, and he's about 30% too with the second off a layoff of 45 to 180 days. I threw the 10 in, Katie, for my 3rd one, Wise Move, dropping today to the $12,000 level on the dirt. Counted trouble at the start, was bumped, was 5 wide, finished 4th, but that was against $20,000 maidens, going 7.5 furlongs on the grass. Nick Zito, Joel Rosario, surface switch. I think this is a horse that you got to have somewhere on your ticket.
I also think Grease Paint is a horse that you might want to have somewhere on your ticket. He was a really solid 2nd at this level and distance last time out, endured a pretty rough trip. The horse in front of him basically just backed up right into him. He had to check back very sharply, angled outside, circled the field, and he was still able to close ground to the leader, never switched leads, and who knows what he would have done with a cleaner trip. I like that a lot.
Well, we mentioned it's the Rainbow Six. You might, well, not the Rainbow Six, the pick 5. You might want to go a little deep, add that ticket, that horse, and Nick Zito on your ticket. Let's go to race number 7, 1 mile and 1/8. It's a turf allowance optional claimer. Fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up, $35,000. 2 scratches in here. Number 8, Silky, was one of my selections. I don't know if it was one of yours.
Yes,
also,
it was.
the main track only, number 10, Dragon Berry. And I know that you have number 6, Divine Lock, on top of your ticket. I used it too. And when we show them the video, they'll know why.
Yeah, talk about why. You are going to see the trip that Divine Luck endured last time out. It was her first start since August, and she has to run about a mile longer than everybody else. Watch her right here, the 14. She ends up 6 to 7 wide going around the second turn. Still makes a strong rally. Doesn't really look like she's going to do much here, but she really comes on late, gets up for third. I just love the way that she ran first start off the layoff. The horse that finished just ahead of her, the gray that you see there, Night Song, came back to win a nice race a couple of days ago. I think you're going to see her also laying a little bit closer today, second start off the layoff, which should help her. Posted a bullet work to gear up for this, which I really liked at Payson. 4 furlongs in 47.
Well, I see there's a horse up there you do not have on your ticket, and that is the number 9, Tap and Fire. I'll tell you why. This one a perfect 3 for 3 at this 9 furlong distance. Makes a local debut for trainer Chris Block, one of my favorite angles. Chris Block first off the bench here at Gulfstream Park. Perfect 3 for 3. It's a 9 furlong, a specialist. It's an Illinois bred. I'm going to take all of that into account and still have this horse on top of my ticket, even though I would not leave the 6 off the ticket in there. But number 9, Tap and Fire, Chris Block, one of my favorite angles, and 3 for 3, undefeated at 9 furlongs. We also, what else did you use in here? You used the number 5, Empress Maker.
Yeah, she's a considerably less experienced filly than a lot of the other runners in here. Only 6 starts to her credit. Took her 4 times to break her maiden, but you know, she's never finished off the board, and that is certainly something to like. Third in her last start here on December 23rd, and she might be tough if she's positioned a little bit more of a stalking position than Divine Luck, and she can get the jump on her.
Well, you know, I give out a long shot each and every day, and they've been running pretty good, actually, this year. And my long shot in this race is the number 2, and that's Spangled Banner, 15 to 1 on the morning line. This one's going to stretch out to this distance we've been talking about, 9 furlongs. After encountering traffic at the furlong mocha, I had to check pretty sharply there. Finished 6th. That was against entry-level allowance runners going a mile in the 16th. This is her daughter of Tis Wonderful, bred to love this distance, and every once in a while you got to have one of those long shots in there, and that's the one that's on my ticket. I mean, Divine Luck is an obvious. I got 2 other horses that are a little bit of a price in there, which should make it fun. And of course, race number 7, when we have a 10-race card, kicks off the final pick for the afternoon.
You can brag a little bit. Your long shots have been absolutely tremendous this season. It's been very exciting to follow them. You've had some really nice picks, so I would play Nicoletti's long shot.
Yeah, I've been lucky. I don't know how it's happening, but it's been a lot, like you said, absolute lot of fun with those long shots this year. I'm all known as the chalk-eating weasel, so to have my long shots win, it's pretty good, you know. 8th race, 7.5 furlongs on the turf. Claim is 4 and up. Non-winners of 2 races in life, $20,000. Jockey on the number 11 is Gabriel Saez, and we both found number 12, Scorched Cat.
Not going to be easy coming from the far outside post, but I think he's the best horse in this race. This is going to be the lowest tag he's ever run for. He's been second in each of his last 2 starts, owns the co-highest last out buyer of this field, and his best effort buyer-wise came at this 7.5 furlong distance.
You know, number 5, Casey Wagman, who you have in second, I have in third. I didn't know what to do to this horse, and I'm glad to see you put it in second. And I looked, saw the morning line today, and it was 7 to 2. I wasn't sure if I wanted to use this ticket, but I did, stretching out around 2 turns. You know, after rallying 8 to finish second in that pair, going 5 furlongs, David Fawkes, Joe Bravo, quarterback in the stretch out today. I wasn't quite sure, and I'm glad to see that, you know, thought it would run. I did use the number 8, Fancy Henry, in second, and I'll tell you why. This one should be ready to offer more. It returned from a 2-month layoff to track the pace, finished 7 against similar, going a mile in the 16th, but it's Wesley Ward. I'm expecting a lot of upside on this horse today. One of those horses I'm not positive could win the race, but I think this horse could be on the ticket.
Just a note on Casey Wegman, I was kind of thinking the same thing, but he's really, we've shown a troubled trip of him. He has not gotten the best of trips. He's always coming at the end. He's really been running well since transferring to the David Fawkes barn. I think he could definitely move forward with the stretch out and distance. Do I get a Stazak long shot? Can I get one of those? Mine is the one Auth Gift in this race. owns the co-highest last out buyer in here with Scorched Cat, set the pace and then faded late when going in a mile and a 16th at this level on January 24th. I think cutting back to 7.5 furlongs is really going to help this horse. I think you throw out the last 2 starts on dirt, clearly didn't take to the surface, and other than that, he's been a pretty consistent runner.
Well, there you got 15-1 too. So we got the Stazak long shot, and what the theme seems to we're producing here. This is not an easy Rainbow Six this afternoon. There's a lot of different ways to go, and that's what makes it so much fun. Let's go to the 9th race today. 1 mile and 3/16, an allowance optional claim of fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up. The claiming level is $62,500. My best bet is the number 9, Magic of Reality. Your best bet, I don't know if it's the number 9, Magic of Reality, but I know you want to show a great race this horse ran at Keeneland.
Magic of Reality is going to be making just her 3rd start in North America today. This was her North American debut, and nothing says welcome to the USA like completely having to check going into the first turn. And then you're going to see her here. Terrible, just awful running room. She still keeps coming, and you're going to see her again in the stretch trying to make a run for the win, and she gets in tight quarters into the stretch, and she doesn't really get a shot. She ends up 3rd, beaten just a half length. She ran in the My Charmer over at Gulfstream Park West in November. Was a solid effort, but I don't think she really liked the going that day. We had a lot of rain. That day. It was very soft footing, and I don't think she really took to it. I think she's going to prefer the firmer surface that we have here over our Gulfstream Park turf course today. And I just think she stakes placed at this distance over in Europe. I think she's going to do well with the drop back down to the allowance rings today, get that first North American win, and then maybe we'll see her do something bigger later on.
Well, I thought her performance across town, as you mentioned, was good for one key reason. It was behind Darren Cathy, who is my favorite turf mare, filly or mare, that runs down here in South Florida. Stretching out slightly, made that nice middle move in there, flattened out to finish 4th, but that's a multiple stakes winner. Darren Cathy, that was, as you mentioned, the Grade 3 My Charmer handicap. Graham Motion, pretty good. He's 24% with this 61 to 180 day layup. So lots of things to like for whatever angle. Certainly looks like the one to beat in there. I used the number 8 horse in there, which you did too, and that's Rubindi, and this one is stretching out to a mile and the 3/16 distance today. Surrendered a late lead when finishing 2nd to a really nice horse called Principessa Ava, going a mile in the 16th. That was back on December 26th. It's Chad Brown. You got to use it.
Especially female turf runners. If you don't have this one on your ticket, I would be nervous getting into the later rounds of the Rainbow Six. The later legs, I should say. So you can't leave that one off, but I think Magic of Reality would be my best bet of the day.
Yeah.
As well, I've been hyping her. I showed her on the replay show the other night, so I think this is going to be a great run from her, but definitely do not count out the 8.
Yeah, don't forget the number 6 Couture shows an interesting pattern in this race. Listen to this pattern. Wins a race, then finishes 4th in the next start. Trainer Shug McGay has John Velasquez atop this daughter political force. Guess what this horse did last time? Finished 4th. So, is the victory here today? I like those kind of angles. 4th win, 4th win.
I'm surprised you threw on the ticket, because I did too. I liked it for the same reason. So we think a lot alike in here.
The 10th and final race on the Wednesday card, 1 mile on the grass. Maiden claimers, 3-year-olds, $25,000. We have some scratches in here. The 1 Gato Macho and the 13 Tricosta. Looks like the 14 will get in the run. Also a couple of jockey changes. On the 8, it's Gabriel Saez, and on the 12, it's Rodney Sudine. Another horse that we both like in here is the number 7, Move the Change. Stretching out today after returning from an extended layoff to finish a rallying 2nd, beating a length.
Yeah, move the chains. I'm a little upset football season's over, so I'm glad somebody's going to be moving the chains out here. Hopefully it's this one. I really couldn't find anyone that I liked more than this 7-5 favorite. Takes a colossal drop in class down today, plus will be his 2nd start off the layoff.
Well, the only other horse I liked in there was the 2 Win Stanley, stretching out to a mile after a so-so North American debut at 5/8 of a mile, in which he stalked the pace. He was steadied sharply at the 8 pole. He weakened in the stretch. It's trainer George Weaver. He's good with horses stretching out in distance. If you do not know, well, 1 mile here, of course, you know, is around 2 turns on our turf course. I think this horse, I don't know what he was on the morning line in there, Win Stanley, but I just think a horse that you might want to use underneath 8-1. So pretty good. You use the 6 horse in there, and I use we both use number 10 in there, and that's Giant Cat.
10,
that's
Rock 'em again.
Rock 'em again.
Rock 'em again. The last time he ran for this tag. And at anything close to this distance, he was third beaten just in the length, so I thought that was pretty encouraging. Had no shot last time out after breaking poorly, got caught very, very wide. I think he's in a spot that better suits him today.
Well, you know, that wraps up how we see the Wednesday action here today, but we want to close it out with one of our buddies who had a special week last week.
He did. After winning 3 graded stakes races on Saturday, Javier Castellano came back on Sunday and took 3 more races, including the 10th race, which allowed him to notch his 4,000th career victory, a tremendous milestone. We had a really special moment in the winner's circle, gave him his banner, and afterwards, of course, it was Javier. He was very classy and humble, said it was one of the best moments of his life, and we're going to show you that race with Larry's call because he mentions it, and it was really nice. I won't forget that moment, and congratulations to you, Javier Castellano. On his way, he's leading the jockey standings yet again here at Gulfstream.
And now Javier Castellano edging up closer with Captain Stan, and these two will turn for home together. Captain Stan runs up alongside of A Bit Quick at the top of the stretch. In the center of the course, Let's Wrap It Up is trying to make a late run. Captain Stan to catch. Let's Wrap It Up on the outside coming. These two will decide it. Captain Stan and Let's Wrap It Up closing with each and every stride. They're coming to the wire. Captain Stan holds on. 4,000 for Javier Castellano.
There's a new day dawning in Florida. Never before has a Breeders' Cup Classic winner retired to stud in the Sunshine State. Until now. Adena Springs presents 3-time Grade 1 winner and earner of over $4 million, Fort Larned. New to Adena Springs South.